Hello, friends and comrades. It's me, Tax the Rich, and welcome back to Foundation and to our lovely coastal town, where today we are building a mansion. Well, actually, we built it last time. Today we're just seeing it get built, I guess. Which. Oh, the game paused again. Hold up. Oh, bad weather is incoming. Well, that's not good. That's not good at all. Yeah, technically, I guess we are building a mansion that is gonna enable us to have more rich people who will be taxing everyone else. So, I guess we're the opposite of tax the rich, which is bad, but at least it's historically accurate. Am I right, folks? Okay, so today what we're actually doing is we are gonna be working on this. I've had some ideas, I've had some thoughts while we were all away, and here are my thoughts. So I think that this monastery should be a... Wait, am I positioned correctly? Just changing my footing on the chair. So yeah, what I thought was this monastery should be a wine-making monastery. So rather than just, just being any kind of monastery, this one is going to be producing wine. So here's what I had in mind. I know that in the real world, when you're producing wine, vineyards usually have their vines, their wine vines, only on one side of the thing. So like they're grapes, right? They will usually grow on one side of the hill, and it's the one that is against, what's the thing? The sun side? I don't know the technical term. The one that's on the side of the sun. And we are just gonna ignore that. We're gonna be slightly unrealistic here, but we are gonna have the vineyards on both sides just because I knew that I wanted to leave this place empty, and I also didn't really have anything to do here. So that's where we're gonna put our little wine production. And I'm just going to go across this. No, not like that though, at a slightly better angle. Just so that once we start building, I don't want them to start walking through the fields and, making roads and stuff through them. That's never good, and that's just not something that we desire in particular. So we're just gonna do that. It's fine. This is fine. Right, so that's done. And other than that, let's also make sure that the wood gets cleared faster. So I'm gonna add another lumber camp. And I'm really just hoping that, we don't build too many homes right out the gate. I want it to be something where we plan a lot of the buildings and then we set it all in motion. And that's gonna be a thing. It's gonna be really cool. But for now, until then, we are just going to make sure that we are clearing as much of the forest as possible. And for that, I do just want to make sure that, we are actually working these trees, that we are cutting these logs, and that things are getting done. So that's a thing. Other than that, another thing that I was thinking was that over here we could have more wheat fields, because presumably... even though right now we really only have kind of a lack of... We have a lack of bread, or we don't have a lack of bread, but it is going down. But we don't really have a lack of wheat or flour. I'm guessing this is going to change. That's why I'm kind of reserving this space for more wheat. Possibly, if things go differently, we'll put something else there. But for now, that's the plan. Oh, the lumber camp was instantly built. All right, cool. So just make sure to cut all that. And also, what's this? Didn't we talk about this? Didn't we talk about this? We don't want to have paths to go through fields. Oh well, I guess it's fine. I mean, I guess we could just cut off this field, right? Yeah, let's just cut it off. It's fine, because... they didn't finish it anyway, so this is gonna be fine. Nobody joined, presumably because we are overly unemployed. Well, who's stuck? Stuck going to Rustic Lord House Core Root Part. Why would you be stuck? Who stuck you? Which one is Rustic Lord House Core Root Part? I guess the core root part isn't connected to anything, huh? That isn't great. Can we just sneak in a door in the back? I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna work. Yeah, we kind of surrounded the core with nonsense, so I guess that's causing them a problem. Well, it's quite honestly, person, I'm not too fussed. Oh, look, this manor was completed. That's good. Look at it. It's so cool and big. All right, so this one, we have room for some more tax collectors. We don't really need more treasury, so I think we're just gonna make all of these tax collectors. Or tax offices. We don't necessarily need to put collectors in. Oh, look, we've got a promotion thing. Okay, this is perfect because we can make this work, right? Actually, you know what? No, I don't want to. I'm just gonna let that be for now. So here's what we did last time. This is how we were promoting our tax collectors, because tax collector is a pretty useless job. And basically what I've decided is that it should be the citizen's job, because that way we know that like our citizens don't have any important duties assigned, and you know, we can have our bakers and food producers and wood producers be people who are either serfs or commoners or whatever, but not citizens, because citizens will do less work. So that's why I'm kind of, you know, only assigning people there who have other who are not going to be doing other jobs. So for example, right now I'm just going to look at this. Okay, so there is a woodcutter who is a commoner, and like we could just have a serf or a commoner be a woodcutter, but what we're gonna do is we're going to have her. She's no longer gonna be a commoner, and she is going to become a tax collector here. And then when the next wave of promotions comes around, we're gonna promote her to a citizen. And the reason that we're making citizens is so that we get more money, because citizens produce money. We don't really have a lot of financial problems right now. Oh. There was slight glitching when that was happening. But, you know, we're probably going to have some financial troubles as we expand. And I just want to make sure that that doesn't happen. Alright, so this hunter as well, we're going to fire this hunter. And he is also going to become a tax collector. And we could probably find one more person who's doing something, you know, that is a pretty important job they could not be doing. Let's see, we've got some charcoal burners. Oh, or, you know, charcoal burner is another one that's like, why are you a commoner? You could just be a serf. Not to be classist or anything. But yeah, we'll take these two. Was that in here? Yeah. We'll take you, and you can lose your job. And also your place of living. And you can lose your job and also your place of living. And we'll also remove you there. Okay, so why am I doing that way? Why am I not just putting in new people? Well, because new people come in as newcomers, and then they become serfs, and then they become commoners. It's multiple promotions before we can make them into citizens. And at the beginning, they need to have the lower class housing before they can get the upper class housing, right? So what we're doing here is we are essentially just making sure that they get, that we put commoners in here, and we can put serfs in there, it's fine, but we could just promote them once. And because they're already commoners, they already have upper class housing, so they can move somewhere around here where there is space. Because we've got a bit of space here for upper class housing, but there is no space for lower class housing. Speaking of housing space, there's this. I think we can remove this forbidden land. Build this residential. Oh wow, there's not a lot of positive vibes around here. Let's try to fix that. Can we maybe do something here that's gonna make it look nicer? Oh, almost. I mean, I guess this could be. I guess this could work. We're gonna move this tree, even though I know this tree is also decorative, but these have a longer range. And then I guess we'll just do that. I hate how walls at this point are already reducing our performance so much. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I guess this is gonna improve the desirability of the area. Plus we can always, hold up, maybe we can sneak in another monk statue. We're just sneaking in monk statues anywhere we can, you know? I really like that. Monk statues. Maybe this one's just hiding behind those sheets. Just a hidden monk statue. Why are they hiding monk statues? We don't know. Wait, are they gonna be stuck? Oh no, it's just a person who's stuck getting to rustic house part. Lord Manor, Lord Part. Cool. So hopefully they're gonna be able to build something here. You know, it is a pretty large area. I'd be pretty offended if they can't. Maybe we need to tell these people to go away. Oh no, why is there so many people living here? I don't like that. All right, let's just remove this and we'll see what the results are. And let's take a look. In the meantime, let's look over here. It's raining. It's so annoying. It's always raining when we're planning good things. Ooh, look, a little road. A little road. Where are you off to? Who are you? Oh, is that a merchant of some degree, shape, or fashion? Cool. Alright. What are we doing? What are we up to? Why am I yawning? It's not even late. That's it. Like, I'm recording videos usually in the middle of the night or like at some ungodly hour, and today we're recording at like something PM, like a completely normal time, and my brain is just like, you should be asleep now though. You should be asleep. Even though technically we know that yawning is not a thing that's related to being sleepy. Yawning is a reflex that we get. I think either this is a myth already, but I found out when I was a kid that yawning is something that you do when there isn't enough air. It's like a way to get oxygen. I don't know. Did we confirm? Oh no, sorry. Could we confirm or deny that? Because it's been a while since I learned that, and it might be like one of those truths that is still true, or it might be a myth that I learned as a child. An easy mission? Why would I want to go on an easy mission? I mean, fine. We'll send like 3 people. 4 people will go on this easy mission. Look, they're not bugged. I still don't know what makes them bugged or not. Oh, a house. You're building it in the most inconvenient way. But you know what? I'm rooting for you. Are you gonna upgrade it and then get stuck again? Because that will be annoying if you do that. So just, you know, just a personal plea. Don't do that. Just don't do that. Can we just have another monk statue? I mean, this is the final form of this building, right? So I'm guessing a monk statue is not going to make it too weird. Okay, let's make sure that we replace the people. What? We have a bakery with no bakers in it? Let's fix that. Coal hut with no coal hutterers in it? I mean, I guess it doesn't need any, because it looks like everything is kind of full over here. So that's a thing. Forager with no foragers in it. Wait, what did we unassign? We had unassigned one of these hunters and a woodcutter or something, right? Yeah. I mean, technically, another thing, we don't need these woodcutters over here. So I'm just not gonna assign you jobs right now. Wood tax collector. Yeah. This is fine. This is fine. And we are gonna have promotions soon. Let me just take a sip of water. Usually we're sipping tea, but I already drank all my tea. I had like 3 different takes when I started this, and every time something happened. So The tea just is gone. Alright, so should we start on this? I'm kind of like, it almost feels like I'm kind of putting it off, which I think is funny for a Let's Play. Like, ooh, let's just put it off. Okay, so what do we want here? Number one, we're never going to be using all of these iron mines, so that just jot that one down. I feel like what I did here is something that we might in the business call a stupid, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. This is fine. And let me tell you why. So, we need a cooperage to make barrels. And then we need, in order for the cooperage to work, it needs planks, it needs tools. Like, the barrels are basically the most expensive, hard to produce, just overall impossible thing. And yeah, we're gonna figure out how we're gonna get that. I think here is the plan. I think I want there to be a little tiny forest like the one that we have over here. Nope, not over there. Over here. This little tiny forest, which serves, I think it serves 2 woodcutters, and it helps not just the making of charcoal, but also the making of planks. So I think that this is where we're gonna have a little tiny forest, and this tiny forest is going to have. Can we not accidentally put a little thing down? Thank you. So we are going to need a forester camp. All right, forester camp. We're just pausing things because we're just planning out. So. Actually, ooh, here's a take. Forester camp is gonna go on the other side. On this side, we're gonna have lumber camp. We could actually have them like this. Like, one lumber camp here. One over here. Because honestly, why would we need to split them up? And then the forester can go on the other side. Just show me these for a second. The forester can go over here. Or just over there, I guess. No, it's fine. It'll go over here. And we just want to pause. Everything we put down, we want to pause. Because we want to set them all to build at the same time. I think that's going to look really cool. It's going to be really cool. It's going to be amazing. So, that's one thing. And then, once all that gets produced, we need, and this house is in serious danger of getting demolished, but we might work around it. It's just going to have really low desirability. I hope that the people living in it aren't going to be unhappy about that. But first, we are going to need coal hut, right? Coal hut to produce coal. So, yeah, this house is just going to get demolished. I apologize, house, but you are just a victim of your location. So this house can go. These can be paused. So we have 2 coal huts. And then we are not going to do a weaponsmith here because we don't need it. But we've got iron ore, we've got coal. So we're going to make iron smelters. And we're going to make 2 iron smelters. And that's actually going to help us maybe move that forester a little bit. Where's the coal hut entrance? Because we could just stick this in here. That's one of the disadvantages of planning everything in advance, because you don't remember how the other buildings were shaped. So let's just take a look at this coal hut. Coal hut, coal hut, coal hut. Jesus. Just took 7 years to find it. Oh, it faces the other way. Why did I build it like that? That makes no sense. Oh well. Oh well, oh well. It's gonna be fine. So there's 2 of these. So then we have iron bars. And we need a blacksmith for tools and then a cooperage for barrels, right? So I'm guessing, I don't know how many, like what the tool to barrel ratio is. So we're just gonna go wild and we're gonna make 2 of these. And they're gonna be like that. And then in the end, we're gonna have a cooperage. Don't freeze the camera. Don't do that to me. Oh, the cooperage is a weird shape. I like it. I like it. We're gonna have one cooperage for now. Maybe two. That was a quick change of heart. But maybe we need to then, like, change their direction so they're not both facing the same way. You know what I mean? So let's just have them like this. And then I also just remembered we need a sawmill. And that's a bit unfortunate because these are over here. Oh no, it isn't unfortunate. Look at that. There's a spot for a sawmill right here. Excellent. Okay, let's just make sure everything is paused. Paused. Okay. Anything else that we need? We've got those, we've got that, we've got a cooperage, and like if I'm thinking of it in terms of storage, we've got 2 slots for wood, 2 slots for coal, 2 slots for iron, 2 slots for iron bars, 2 slots for tools, and 2 slots for barrels. I think that works out. Then we're gonna start talking about the other stuff that this town needs. So, what does a town need? Let's think about it. Also, let's check if everything is paused. Let's think about it. What all does a town need? It requires a church. It requires a market. It requires enough residential space, food, and clothes. Now, clothes we can import. I don't have a problem with importing the clothes, but the rest we kind of want to make on our own. Right, let's find, first of all, I think we can promote these. It's probably going to be a problem because people are going to be like, I can't live anywhere. But you know what, we're just going to promote them. And let's take a look at tax collectors that we can promote. To citizen. If it's a tax collector, we can promote it. That's basically the main reason that we made it like this, because then I don't have to think about like, oh, but if I promote this cheesemaker, are we gonna have enough cheese? Do we need to make another new cheesemaker? It's just way easier to just assign them a job that means nothing, even though technically a citizen cheesemaker is still more effective than a citizen tax collector, because tax collectors are useless. I just feel like it's easier for my brain to think, oh look, we're out of money. Great. Well, luckily we do have some reserves here, so let's take our reserves out and do some more plans. So we already said we want a church and some other stuff, right? What else do we need? A market and some food stuff. So here's the idea for food stuff. That's going to be on this side. And so this is basically going to be almost like a split kind of town. Like there's workplaces on either side, but there's food production on one side and this industry on the other side. And I think that's going to look really nice and kind of work for this space. So here I want to do wheat farms. I want to get rid of all of these trees. So we're just going to do, I think, how big are these? Yeah, I think we're just going to do, oh, what if this, instead of wheat farms, was all pastures? Like cow pastures. Oh, that's an interesting proposition that I just gave myself. What if it was all cow pastures? Let's see. If we don't put the cow pastures over here, because I did notice that we're running low on cheese, where else would we put cow pastures? That's the question. Feel like nowhere. Right now we don't have a lot of candidates, and like I said, like wheat isn't something that we're really low on. So what if instead of wheat farms we make dairy farms here, and we make little pastures down the hill? I think that's gonna actually work really nicely. So let's put down some dairy farms. Sure. Feel like this will be nice. And then if we think about it, let's just draw. I'm going to make these pastures with fences once they're actually made, but I just want to draw this a little bit so that we can determine how they're going to be. Like 4? I feel like 4 is a nice location, or a nice number. 4 is a nice location. Great. So let's do dairy farm. We'll just do as many, not as many, we'll just do these dairy farms here. Technically, I know that we could do more. Like, it doesn't matter how much space there is, but quite honestly, I do like the comment that I was left about the fact that, you know, cows and sheep deserve more space. And I agree, they do deserve more space. They work really hard. I'm also going to make this a little bit bigger just so that the vineyard area is a little bit bigger. I want to cut this off so they don't walk the wrong way. And I hope they just make a road that's like this. It just follows this. You know, it just goes down here. And then kind of joins that. I feel like that'll be nice. So, yeah, we can remove these. And, oh, wait, oh, we didn't pause these. Oh, no, people have assigned themselves to the construction. It's fine. They're just gonna, I think they're just gonna bring one thing and then they're gonna go away. So that's fine. I'm not too bothered about that. Yeah, and then, you know, people are farming. That's good. But we obviously also want something else. We want to have the cheesemakers, of course. Now, I don't know how many cheesemakers one requires per cow situation. Wait, let's check our milk. We can always add more, so maybe we'll just make 2 cheesemakers for now. And if we find out that we have sudden giant stocks of milk, where is milk on this list? Milky milk? Milky milk. Milky milk? There it is. Okay, so we don't have a lot of milk. Okay. But yeah, if we find that we have giant supplies of milk, we can always, you know, deal with that. And I also think, here's another take, that we can have, we can do like we can import some things. So it doesn't only have to be solely cheese production. We can also bring in some flour. And we can, or wheat even, we can bring in flour and wheat and we can have our own little windmill. And we can bake some bread. That's not a problem. We always love baking the bread. It's just, you know, we're not producing wheat here. And I know that might sound asinine and like, why would you do it in such a roundabout way? But you know what? I like doing things in a roundabout way sometimes. I think that it can come out looking really nice. So, we're gonna do it that way, and we're gonna hope that it doesn't, you know, break. And we're gonna hope that these people aren't gonna be like, there's no place nearby. Because all of the rest is mostly gonna be residential, unless we come up with something else. Okay, I think everything is paused. Are you paused? You paused. Granary, is the windmill paused? Granary is paused. Is everything paused? Yes. Unpausing it is going to be much more of a chore, let me tell you. Okay, so the other thing is that on this side, I want to have some kind of like wall and gate. I think that's going to look really cool. We're going to do that in the next one, just because the time's already low. And I think that that's pretty much it for today. The plans are set, and in the next video we are going to set everything in motion, and we're going to have ourselves some really nice construction, I think. Yeah, that's a good promise for next week. Alright, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to do all the things that you do when you've enjoyed a video. And you can also check out some of the other stuff that I do. I post videos, what are you doing? Every day of the week. And, well, Monday to Friday. Sorry. I post videos Monday to Friday. And I also play all sorts of city builders and management games and all things like that. You can check some of that if it's popping up on screen. You can also check the description for my Twitch, where I sometimes stream games. You know, anything from city builders and managers to maybe more interactive games. So check that out. I'm trying to set up a regular schedule of a couple times a week. So check it out. And thank you for watching. Goodbye.